Welcome back to Anfield Vibes, your ultimate home for every heartbeat, headline, and hidden moment surrounding Liverpool Football Club. If you love the Reds, this is where passion meets analysis, where excitement blends with insight, and where every story is told with the energy of the cop itself. Today we've got a blockbuster update that you simply cannot afford to miss, because it's all about Liverpool's preparation for their mouth-watering Champions League opener against Atletico Madrid. Stick with me until the very end, because this one is filled with surprises, shocks, and stories that will keep every Liverpool fan talking. Let's dive straight in. Liverpool are gearing up to face Spanish giants, Atletico Madrid at Anfield, and the stakes could not be higher. The Reds are not just entering the season's Champions League as participants, they are entering as serious contenders, carrying the weight of Premier League champions and a fan base hungry to see a seventh European Cup lifted high into the night sky. But, as always with Liverpool, there's drama, intrigue, and plenty to unpack from their latest training sessions. First, let's set the stage. Last season ended in heartbreak when Liverpool were knocked out in the round of 16 by eventual winners Paris Saint-Germain, losing agonizingly on penalties. Arne Slot, who has already stamped his authority on this team, admitted back then that finishing top of the league phase didn't exactly bring them any rewards. That bitter lesson now hangs over this campaign, and it's clear that Slot and his players want to make a powerful statement right from the very first game. But will they manage to do so against a battle-hardened Atletico Madrid side that finished third in La Liga and knows exactly how to frustrate big teams? Now, let's talk the training ground updates, because that's where the real story is. Liverpool opened their doors to an open session at the AXA Training Center, and fans watching closely were treated to plenty of talking points. In total, 21 outfield players took part, and yes, you guessed it, new superstar signing. Alexander Isak was right in the thick of it. Remember, Liverpool broke the British transfer record by splashing an eye-watering $125 million to bring Isak from Newcastle United. After a long, dragged-out saga, the Swede is finally here. But questions remain. Will he feature against Atletico? He didn't make the squad for the narrow 1-0 win over Burnley due to lack of match fitness. But training with the full squad now suggests he could well make the bench. Maybe even the pitch under the Anfield lights. Imagine the roar if Slot unleashes him in front of the cop. However, not everyone was present. One notable absentee was Curtis Jones, who was still sidelined after missing the Burnley clash through injury. That's a blow, especially as Jones had been enjoying a solid run in midfield. Meanwhile, Alexis Mac Allister gave fans a sigh of relief. After suffering a nasty foul against Burnley that forced him off at halftime, he was spotted back in training with the group. That's a massive boost because his creativity and composure in midfield could prove decisive against a team like Atletico that thrives on breaking up play and frustrating opponents. Another big name spotted, Federico Chiesa. Yes, the Italian winger was out there training, but here's the twist. He will not feature against Atletico Madrid. Why? Because Chiesa was left out of Liverpool's registered Champions League squad for the league phase. Instead, Slot and his staff made the bold decision to register 17-year-old Rio Ngumoha, who doesn't qualify for the B list despite his age. That decision is a talking point in itself, and here's where it gets fascinating. Slot explained that telling a player he won't play is one thing, but telling a player he's not even in the squad is on another level. It's tough. Chiesa, of course, wasn't happy, but Slot praised his attitude, saying the winger has continued to work tirelessly in training to be ready when called upon. That's the kind of mentality Liverpool need if they're going to compete on all fronts this season. But it's not just the senior players making headlines. The session also included teenagers Train Ione and Jadon Danns, both of whom could find themselves on the bench tomorrow night. Thanks to UEFA rules allowing 12 substitutes compared to the Premier League's 9, there's a real chance these youngsters could be given a taste of European nights at Anfield. And we all know how Klopp, and now Slot, have been unafraid to give youth a chance on the biggest stages. Could we see another breakout story in the making? So, to sum up, Liverpool are preparing for a massive clash against Atletico Madrid, with plenty of key storylines dominating the headlines. Isak could make his long-awaited debut. Mac Allister looks ready to go after injury scares. Jones remains sidelined. Chiesa, despite training hard, won't feature due to squad selection choices. And the kids, Ione and Danns, could be about to live their dreams. This Champions League journey feels different already, doesn't it? There's excitement, depth, and the hunger to put things right after last season's disappointment. The big question is, can Arne Slot's Liverpool start with a bang and send a message to Europe that they mean business? Let me know your thoughts, Reds fans. Should Chiesa have been included ahead of Ngumoha? Do you want to see Isak thrown straight into the fire against Atletico? And most importantly, can Liverpool finally get back to the very top of Europe? Drop your comments below. Smash that like button if you're buzzing for tomorrow night. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update from Anfield Vibes. Because here, the passion never stops and the